Ready?
Mhm.
Greg, we've talked about it throughout the season. There's some mistakes the team has been fighting through and fought through them again tonight, and they were costly. Eastern obviously shot the ball well in the second half, got a lot of second chance buckets, and it just wasn't consistent enough on either end of the floor. Where did you kind of put the problems at in this game?
Well, it starts at the top. It starts at I got to do a better job getting them ready. I mean, I think it always boils down tonight, and we are a team that tries hard, that works awfully hard, but everybody does that. And I think Eastern Illinois did a great job tonight. I think they followed their game plan better than we followed ours, and that's on the coach. And my assistants do an unbelievable job of scouting opponents. I mean, we know exactly what everybody's going to do. We have it planned to how to guard each individual guy, and we kind of take turns making mistakes on that stuff. And it always starts at the defensive end, and you talk about offensive rebounds. That's just effort baskets. And other teams have guys that are making effort plays, guys that are coming off the bench or finding their identity, and we don't have that right now. We have to find that. We got to get guys that are coming in and providing energy and making those effort plays. And our best players got to play better, and we got to get Christian Smith more than 6 shots. It's a lot of things that we have to correct, and it's what I'm getting tired of is repeating myself and saying the same thing over and over. And they got to listen. They got to listen to the coach's staff. They got to listen to me. And if I got to be a little tougher on them, we'll do that. If I got to quit yelling at them, I'll do that. But we're going to find a way.
The team had a 16-6 lead, and it seemed like, if you forgive me, it looked like it was going to be easy at that point. Do you think the team maybe thought it was going to be a little easier than it should have been?
I wouldn't think they think that, Todd, but I also looked at the game breakdown, and I think we missed 8 consecutive jump shots and 4 straight threes. When those are the times, and we've had that in each game, whether it be Hofstra or Tulsa, times where you win every one of those possessions after that and step on a team's throat a little bit, and then your lead goes up to 20 instead of shrinking down to being tied or down 1. And that's what happened tonight. And then it was a dogfight after that, and we made a ton of defensive breakdowns against a team that got hot and made a bunch of threes, and we missed several layups and missed some of our free throws. And it's an easy recipe, I think, because I think we have some weapons on offense, but we have to move the ball earlier in the possession, and we're just not doing it enough yet, and it's a frustrating thing. And what it does, it affects us negatively on the defensive end by guys worrying about what happened on offense. So there's a lot to correct, and we're going to get it corrected.
Devontae said that you guys started missing shots, and he noticed on the defensive end the energy wasn't there. You've preached that so much, and it doesn't seem to be soaking it. How do you get them to, even if you're not making shots, to continue to play hard on the defensive end?
Well, that's what you do. That's just what you do as a competitor. I mean, you can't let one possession affect you at the next possession, and I think that's selfish. I think that's selfish if you do that. You're more worried, and I thought we got selfish. I thought we were more worried about missing our own shots or missing a free throw, and then down at the other end we'd compound it by making another mistake. And far too many mistakes by scouting report on the defensive end, and then just poor offense. And it boils down to looking like a poorly coached team, and right now that's what we are.
When you talk about the offense, you take Devontae out of it, and like you said, guys like Christian didn't get too involved unless it was a transition bucket or something like that. How did those guys get other guys involved, and how do they kind of get the message that if they don't, they're going to run into games like this where they're going to have trouble scoring?
I'd like to show you the scouting report. The whole thing tonight was help is coming, take one less dribble and make a play for a teammate. And we didn't do a very good job of that. 12 assists and 15 turnovers. And if I'm a point guard, if I'm a guard, and I have a guy like Christian Smith out there, I'm going to get him some shots just by drawing his defender. And we have to do that better. We have to share it better. These guys are unselfish guys. They're good guys, but we're not playing like that right now. We're not playing like an unselfish team that's trying to get each other involved on the offensive end. And until they start doing that more, and it's going to take all of them till we start doing that more, we'll continue to struggle.
On the bright side, you did have Amandre build on the good play he had down in the Virgin Islands. Had some defensive mistakes, but for the most part, 10 points, 8 rebounds is good haul from a true freshman.
Yeah, it should be a good sign to some of those other guys. A freshman comes in off the bench and he makes the effort plays. He's listening a little bit more, and he really provided a spark at times. He's got to make his free throws. He's got to work on that better. But again, he doesn't understand the whole concept of game prep and scouting reports and how much you have to be locked in because he never guarded the ball screen once right tonight. So it's just, I could go down the list, guys. I could go down the list, and again, it starts with the head coach, the mistakes I make, and the mistakes we make by scouting report and each individual guy. And the only way I know to change it is to work harder.
There's minutes there to be had for your best players. Obviously, you're thin there. Just with the way he's playing, how much is Amandre? I mean, just increasing his playing time recently.
Well, yeah, he gets tired pretty fast. That's what we have to do. He played 6 straight minutes in that first half, and that's when he makes mistakes. And I think that I think Devontae and Everett and Christian kind of do the same thing. So we got to rotate guys in and out of there. But then those guys that come in off the bench, they can't come in and make mistakes and play passively and do those things. We have to have guys coming in that can spell the guys that are getting more minutes, and they got to be more productive. They got to come in and bring energy instead of compounding mistakes and not doing what we're asking them to do. So as you can tell, there's a lot of things that we need to get better on, a lot of things we need to work on, and we'll see where we go from here.
Thanks, guys. See you later this week.
You got it.